Hi, this is Joe from Cloud Design Box. Did you know that you can use the Maths Progress tool within Microsoft Class Teams assignments to quickly generate and create maths multiple choice and short answer quizzes using Microsoft Teams? Let's take a quick look at the workflow and see how it works. So to create a Maths Progress assignment, when you hit the Create button, notice now you can click onto the Learning Accelerators section to go straight to Maths Progress before you add the assignment details. Up at the top of the screen, you can see there are two tabs. So to begin with, I'm going to show the Generate feature. And to generate questions, we just need to select a category. And then a topic within, and then simply click Generate. This provides me with a list of potential questions for my students with the correct answer. I can select a few, perhaps starting with some simple questions and then working up to some harder ones. And you'll notice how these stack down the right hand side of the screen. That is your Maths Progress quiz so far. Now we're going to create our own question, and we can stack those on top of the generated questions, so we can use both of these. In Create Your Own, again, I'm going to pick a category and a topic. And the reason why we do this is Maths Progress can suggest areas where the student may have struggled with the question. So it's important to add in your category and topic. You can either make questions as multiple choice, like the generated examples, but you can also create short answer questions as well. So in the top, I'm going to add in the text for the question, so I'm simply going to put the word evaluate here. And notice how you can up or down the points. 10 points is default. I'm going to make a slightly trickier one here. I'm just going to up it to 15. Now, when it comes to adding the equation for the students to solve, notice on the right hand side there is a mathematical keyboard, and there are two tabs here. We have our basic numbers and symbols, but there is also a formulas tab, and we can choose different input menus here. For example, now I want numbers and operations, and I want to add two fractions together. So it gives me the two entry boxes for the top and bottom of the fraction, and then I can add the numbers in, either using my keyboard or the mathematical keyboard here. As soon as I enter this in, it generates the correct answer, but notice how I can go through, I can edit my answers, and I can use the mathematical keyboard on each. So my question is here, I can continue to add further. If you're happy with your questions, you can click Next, and you have a final summary screen where we can go through the questions. We can edit them again if we need to, change the points, change the answers. Once done, click Done in the top right. It takes us back to our usual assignment screen where we can enter all of our usual assignment details. Once you're happy, you can assign it or schedule it in for the future. Let's take a look at the student view. Here's a typical assignment screen. You'll see the Maths Progress is attached. The student can click in, have a nice welcome message just reminding them to double check their answers. And here they can work their way through the multiple choice quiz. It's a lovely simple screen. Simply select the right answer. They can see the points there as well. Have this really nice view in the top right. So if a student is distracted by all the questions, they can opt to see them one at a time and click through them. Can also go back through the questions. Once they've given an answer for every question, it does let them know in the top right, but they can go back, or they could switch that view back just to review all of their answers quickly. When they're happy, they just need to click Done. This saves their answers, but it doesn't hand in the assignment work. As with any assignment work, you do just need to make sure that we turn it in, hand it in the top. Now let's have a look at the grading and feedback process. Just click into my assignment of one student that's handed it in. You can see the grade as a percentage and the points at the top. And notice we referenced this earlier about misconceptions of certain topics. And Maths Progress does suggest, based on the students' answers, perhaps where they've gone wrong. You can add or remove these misconceptions we see this being a very useful tool in future once you start to gather that information together. So it should self-mark, but it's always important to check there's any misconceptions, add some feedback, and then return that back to the student. Or, as always with assignments, you can return for revision and let the student have another go. So that is the basic workflow of setting, grading, and giving feedback on a maths progress assignment. We expect this to develop further, and we're looking forward to seeing any new additions in the app, so keep your eyes peeled on our YouTube channel for any further videos on maths progress. If you want to keep in the loop, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel or find us at clouddesignbox.co.uk to read our blogs, case studies, and listen to our podcasts.